Ready or not. Ready or not. Here I come. Can't hide. Gonna fly.
Yo, what's good, everybody? How y'all doing? It's your boy Anthony yet again here with another message where you get to listen, you get to watch, and you also get to learn here on Wise Horizons. So this one is going to be a simple one today, and we're going to be talking about a topic that a lot of people don't really like to dive into, and that's pride. So if you have not had a chance to be able to like or subscribe to the channel, be sure to go ahead and do so before we even hop into everything. And then if you feel like that this message has helped you and that someone would benefit from hearing it, just be sure to also click that share button as well. But let's go ahead and hop into it, people. So today we're going to be talking about pride, and how sometimes pride and false humility can actually go hand in hand. And I'm going to be giving you a snippet of just something that God revealed to me in just the past few days. So a lot of you probably watched my video where I was potentially going to be staying in my car. And fun fact, I actually did stay in my car for 2 nights. Stayed in my car for 2 nights. Also in the midst of that, coming back from Arkansas. When I made that video that I last dropped, did not have a job, but some people called me and now I have a position. Boom. And then also I was sleeping in my car, but other things transpired as well. And I'm going to get into that. As you can see, I am in a room right now and God opened that door for that. So the pride. Okay. So I could say that I was being humble by sleeping in my car, correct? But I had a place that I could actually go to and sleep for free. They would feed me. I don't have to pay anything. Nothing. All I had to do was basically go to work, come back, and check in and check out if I went somewhere. And it's basically a program that I actually went through almost about 2 years ago when I first got to Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I could have went back the whole time, but I just kept saying, Lord, I'm not going back there. Like, I don't want to go to so-and-so and so-and-so. I'm not going to mention it in this video, but if you ever need a place to recover or get your life back together, hit me up in the comments. I can most definitely recommend you to this place. It is a great place for individuals to get back on their feet, get to know God. And if you're struggling with addictions, if you're struggling with alcoholism, fornication, trauma, this is a great place for you to actually go, because I did go through that program and it did take a year. But I kept telling the Lord, I am not going back to boom, boom, boom. I don't want to. I didn't want to. And that would, and I would even talk to some people and say, that's probably my pride talking. And that's exactly what was talking. But yet I could sit here and say, well, I'm going to be humble because, I'm going to sleep in my car until God does something. And it took for me to go to this place where I went just to visit for a few minutes, for a few hours, because I said I was going to come up there. And then, mind you, I did need like a suit jacket, and I knew that they had a suit jacket because they have all types of things that they actually give out to the community. And this is some nice stuff. But anyways, went up there because I know I needed that. And then I also was going to check back in with all of the individuals that was there when I was going through the program. And then I had a conversation with somebody, and she somehow got me to talk to the director and let him know what was going on, that, hey, I just need a place to sleep for a little bit. And when I told him, he said, hey, man, you always welcome here, because once you complete the program, the doors are always open to you if something happens and if you need it. Even if you don't need it, I can still go up there and like have free food whenever I want to, or just go and chill and go to chapel, get the Lord. And then also if I even got in a position, I could wash my clothes and all that stuff. But my pride wouldn't let me, like, no, I'm not doing that. No, I went through it for a year. I had to give up my phone. I had to give up the car keys. I had to go to chapel every day at 5:30. I had to do. And I'm a grown man. But anyways, to go through that program, you got to give up some stuff. But yeah, I talked to the director, and yes, the doors are always open to you. And he was like, hey man, just give it 30 days. And I was in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I'm not finna be here for 30 days. Like, I'm not in agreement with that. And every person was just like, hey, oh my gosh, like, we're so glad that you came back, or that you're back with us. They were genuinely happy to see me. And I didn't want to go because I thought I was going to be judged. And man, will I say, do not go into a situation with a prejudgment of how people might perceive you, because you're thinking that they're going to think that, oh yeah, he act like he had it all together, or oh yeah, look at so and so, he's back here now. But it was quite the opposite. Everybody received me with love and open arms, and most of the stuff that I was afraid of didn't even happen. But I still knew I didn't want to be there. But I was just like, you know what? If I'm here, Lord, what do I need to learn? And let's get to this false humility. Like my pride was talking. Like sometimes pride and false humility can go hand in hand. You can think that you're being humble. You can think that you're walking in humility by doing something, and really, you really walking in pride. And pride is so deceptive that it can actually get you, or make it seem like that you are truly embodying humility. I was not embodying humility, potentially about to stay in my car knowing that there was a place that I could go to freely and they would open the doors to me. But my pride would not let me do that, because it was just like, well, I've already been through this. I don't want to have to be subject to these rules, to these things, to these different things. Mind you, this is a great opportunity. Okay, yeah, I got to turn in my phone at 10 o'clock at night, whatever. Okay, I can't, yeah, if I go somewhere, I got to check out and check back in, whatever. If I'm there, I have to go to chapel like every day unless I'm at work and I can't make it to chapel at 5:30, whatever. And these are the things that's roaming through my head, and I'm literally stopping myself from having a bed, a place to charge my phone, a place that I could shower, and a place that I could wash my clothes at no cost. But the pride would not allow me. But now I find myself at the place. I'm not here right now because some other things opened up. But I'm there. I stayed for like a day and a half. And I was just like, okay, Lord, even if it's for a day. And that wasn't even me talking. It was just like, God was like, what if it's just for a day? Even if it's just for a day, like, would you be grateful? Would you be okay with that? Would you be willing to just learn the lesson, or just be able to walk through the door that I have open for you, even if it's for a day? And I had to humble myself and be like, okay, Lord, I'm here. Okay, this is what it is. All right. And in that, I realized that, okay, I had to be thankful for where I was. I had to let God know thank you. And then also I had to also be mindful of the thoughts that tried to run. Okay, because your thoughts will try to ramble on, this is where you're going to be, and it's going to try to create a reality. And I was like, no, I'm not in agreement with that. And people would even say stuff to me. I'll see you Monday. And I was just like, okay. But I knew in my mind, I'm not going to be here Monday. But until the other thing opens up, which boom, opens up, I will be here until it opens up. And yet it opened up, and I believed it to open up. But in that, I had to realize that, whoa, oh my gosh, I was being prideful and caught into myself believing it was humility. Being prideful, not going back to a place that I stayed for a year that God led me to, because it's like, I've already done that. I don't want to do it again. And God wasn't saying do it again. It was like, this is the door that I've opened for you until I open up the next thing. Will you prolong the process, or will you just be grateful for where I have you, even in the moment? Just like the other video, enjoying where you are. It's like, can we be okay with what God is doing right here, right now, in the moment, even if it's something that you don't like, but you don't understand what it is that God is doing? And for him to say, Anthony, even if it's for a day, are you willing to be open to that? And I had to make myself open to that. But then also, while there, a graduation took place the next day. So some of the individuals that was going through the program, like I went through the program, completed it, and they graduated. And as they're graduating, they're talking, they give their testimonies, they're telling all the stuff that they went through. And I'm sitting here looking like, oh my gosh, pride, like false humility Pride can literally masquerade itself as false humility. And I'm sitting here watching these guys and I'm just like, yo, me trying to stay in my car was false humility until something opened up. But me not wanting to walk through these doors was pride. And a lot of times, a lot of people don't even know the difference, but pride is actually hiding itself as other things. And if you don't come into the knowledge that sometimes your pride might be keeping you from walking through the door that God has opened wide for you, open wide, but yet you don't want to walk through, like, you're going to miss out on a lot. You're going to hurt yourself. You're going to be in a lot of trouble because you never know. God might want you to sit somewhere for a day and a half, for mere hours. But yet, because of your pride, it's keeping you from going in the direction that it is that you need to go into. And some of you that's watching this right now probably are dealing with pride and masquerading it as false humility. And you really think that you're humble, and you're not. I had to sit there and realize, oh my gosh, like I was being stubborn because of what I did not want to experience again. And also what I thought other people were going to think. Hey, the pride has to go. And Lord, thank you that you revealed that pride to me, and that pride can actually masquerade itself as something else. And if people are walking around not knowing that pride can literally hide itself and literally make you think that it's something else, a lot of people are in a world of trouble simply because they're not going to do the things that it is that they need to be doing because pride. And they think, oh, I'm being humble. Oh, I walk in humility. No, you're walking in pride. And it's masquerading itself as something else. But that's really all I have to say. Simply because, like, somebody needs to hear this. And pride is literally sneaking up in people's lives, lying dormant. Not even lying dormant. It is actually very active. And not only is it active, it's sneaky. It's cunning. It's crafty. And the Lord will reveal things, but Satan uses those things, those crafty tools, those crafty means to literally stay under the radar, and you will never know that you're literally walking in a false identity, walking in a false knowing, walking in something that it is you thought was one thing, but is in fact another. So hopefully this helps somebody. Hopefully this can bring light to somebody's situation. You might be in something right now for where you have a door, you have an opportunity, you have a route, you have a path, you have a mountain that has been moved, you have a path in a way that has been made straight, but yet you don't want to go in that direction simply because you think, well, if I do this, I'm humbling myself. You're not humbling yourself. You're being foolish, and you're being prideful simply because you don't want to go in the direction God wants you to go in, even if it's for a day. Are you willing to lay down your ego, lay down your pride, put those things aside, and humble yourself truly? That's a question for you. And if so, great. If not, you got some talking to do to God. You got some things to think about. But until next time, that's all I have to say, y'all. Y'all have a great and blessed day, and keep tuning in into these great topics, into these great things that it is that we're going to be diving in here on Wise Horizons. And we're going to be talking a little bit more about the transition from handing over the keys on a Thursday, heading to Arkansas, doing a podcast with my dad, staying for a little while, coming back on a Tuesday, being ecstatic that I'm probably going to stay in my car, to getting a job interview, getting hired, starting, and then also the door opening to a greater opportunity to even also have a place to lay my head and also a room to sleep in. So until next time, y'all be blessed, y'all be great, and stay tuned in. Peace out.